I don't know about tomorrow. I just live from day to day. I don't borrow from its sunshine, for its skies may turn to gray. I don't worry o'er the future, for I know what Jesus said, and today I'll walk beside him, for he knows what is ahead. Many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds tomorrow, and I know who holds my hand. Every step is getting brighter as the golden stairs I climb. Every burden's getting lighter. Every cloud is silver line. There the sun is always shining. There no tear will dim the eye. At the ending of the rainbow, where the mountains touch the sky. Many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds tomorrow, and I know who holds my hand. I don't know about tomorrow. It may bring me poverty, but the one who feeds the sparrow is the one who stands by me, and the path that be my portion may be through the flame or flood, but his presence goes before me, and I'm covered with his blood. Many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds tomorrow, and I know who holds my hand.
Hi, how do you do when you play games like Trivial Pursuit or Jeopardy, or even doing a crossword puzzle? I've never been good at games that require endless knowledge about many things, and then to top it off, a quick recall. That puts me into paralysis. This lesson on the omniscience of God gave me some consolation that God wants us to be less focused on knowing it all and more focused on trusting Him being the one to know all. God is not merely knowledgeable, He is omniscient or limitless in His knowing. He knows all things, not because He has learned them, but because He is the origin of all learning. God does not learn. Learning implies change. And as we've already learned, God is unchanging. And He never forgets because He is everywhere fully present. He holds perfect knowledge both of Himself and us. Though learning is completely foreign to God, it is totally foundational to being human. A baby learns to roll over, sit, crawl, and walk within the first year and a half of his life. Those are just the beginning physical accomplishments. At the same time, the brain is developing and learning. We learn to speak and develop sentences. Our brain continues developing into adolescence and learning at a rapid rate. And we never stop learning. The United Nations, in its World Conference on Human Rights in 1993, brought the issue of educating formally to the top of many countries' priority lists. In the United States, education is a protected state right. Every state constitution mandates the creation of the public education system. To be human is to learn. To deny human learning is to set ourselves up as God. Only God can set the limits of human understanding in place. God has left the universe open for us to explore, and mankind has evidence of exploring our Earth and the outer space. It may be unclear if God has placed limits on how much knowledge the human race can explore, but He has clearly placed limits on how much knowledge any one human can consume and use. We are testing the limits of our knowledge consumption in a way previous generations have not. The internet offers at your fingertips information to everyone. We have more pressure to be experts in our field, or in all fields, if you want to win when you play Trivial Pursuit. There is a difference between healthy learning and information overload. Psychologists have coined the term to describe what happens when we ignore good boundaries for what we feed our brains. Studies show that information overload causes irritability anger, listlessness, and sleeplessness. It can cause high blood pressure, headaches, stomach and muscle pain, and vision problems. The author listed other complications that may result if our information intake isn't monitored. Without question, we have knowledge more readily available than previous generations, but an unhealthy desire for it is certainly not new. Humans have always believed that more knowledge is the solution to our life challenges. Adam and Eve set the pace for us when they reached for knowledge they were not designed to have. We think the tree of knowledge of good and evil should be ours, and we desire to know what God knows. At this point, I will have to admit that if my children or our family had a problem, I was the first to buy a book about it and read it until I had more understanding about the problem. This was obviously before the internet. Deep down, I probably was thinking that if I understood it, I could fix it. I had fallen for the lie that if I could get more information, life would be better. There is an anxiety that comes when we don't know the future. A craving for knowledge of the future can be a way of handling this anxiety. We want to believe that knowledge of tomorrow would remove our anxieties. We assume that knowing what tomorrow holds means we could face it better. We can be certain that tomorrow will raise as many questions as it will answers. At some point, we must trust God to manage the future without our help. Rather than casting all your anxieties on the internet, which cares for no one, cast them on God, for He cares for you, as 1 Peter 5:7 says. Rather than obsessing over the future, learn contentment in the innocence that God knows what is to come. We need to let God be the one who manages all knowledge. Only He is capable, and only He can be trusted to do so with perfect wisdom. Our comfort lies not in having all knowledge, but in trusting the one who does. Because God holds all knowledge, we don't have to. We were free to spend our years learning in a healthy way and seeking to expand our understanding humbly. We are released from the myth of human omniscience. We can focus on understanding what God has revealed. What He has revealed is sufficient for salvation. As Philippians 4:8 says, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. This becomes the filter through which we learn to choose wisely what additional knowledge is good for us. In choosing well, we use our minds to love God.
Oh Jehová, tú me has examinado y conocido, tú has conocido mi sentarme y mi levantarme, has entendido desde lejos mis pensamientos, has escudriñado mi andar y mi reposo, y todos mis caminos te son conocidos, pues aún no está la palabra en mi lengua. He aquí, oh Jehová, tú la sabes toda, detrás y delante me rodeaste, y sobre mí pusiste tu mano. Tal conocimiento es demasiado maravilloso para mí, alto es, no lo puedo comprender.
¿A dónde me iré de tu espíritu? ¿O a dónde huiré de tu presencia? Si subo a los cielos, he aquí, ahí estás tú. Si en el Seol preparo mi lecho, ahí estás tú. Si tomo las alas del alba, y si habito en lo más remoto del mar, aún allí me guiará tu mano, y me asirá tu diestra. Si digo, ciertamente las tinieblas me envolverán, y la luz en torno mío será noche. Ni aun las tinieblas son oscuras para ti, y la noche brilla como el día. Las tinieblas y la luz son iguales para ti.
Porque tú formaste mis entrañas, tú me hiciste en el vientre de mi madre. Te alabaré, porque formidables, maravillosas son tus obras. Estoy maravillado, y mi alma lo sabe muy bien. No fue encubierto de ti mi cuerpo, bien que en oculto fui formado, y entretejido en lo más profundo de la tierra. Mi embrión vieron tus ojos, y en tu libro estaban escritas todas aquellas cosas, que fueran luego formadas, sin faltar una de ellas.
Cuán preciosos, oh Dios, me son tus pensamientos, cuán inmensa es la suma de ellos. Si me propusiera contarlos, sumarían más que los granos de arena, y si terminara de hacerlo, aún estaría a tu lado. Oh Dios, si les quitaras la vida a los impíos, si de mí se apartara la gente sanguinaria, esos que con malicia te difaman y que en vano se rebelan contra ti. ¿Acaso no aborrezco, Señor, a los que te odian y abomino a los que te rechazan? El odio que les tengo es un odio implacable. Los cuento entre mis enemigos. Examíname, oh Dios, y sondea mi corazón. Ponme a prueba y sondea mis pensamientos. Fíjate si voy por mal camino y guíame por el camino eterno.